So, welcome to another video update. And now we're going to talk about how I knew Argentina COVID chart was fake. So, if we use this website that was studying, which is a real scandal, that nobody's talking about this. So I use my gold analysis, my gold trading analysis to discover that Argentina COVID cases were all fake. And you know that this is the real reason why we have amazing news. We are using this chart, and if you see that Argentina had an epic crash on September 11, 2021, and the COVID cases crashed 70%. So these cases crashed 70% down in one day. This means that I can prove you that I was warning the people that this COVID chart was fake, and the government came clean a few days before Congress elections last Sunday. So this is mainstream media, Clarín News, and if you check the translated version, COVID cases crashed almost 70% overnight, and I will tell you how did I find that, and I will tell you the other country that is faking massively their chart. I am 99% sure that they are faking death numbers and they're faking the curve. So we have here the news, and what was Argentina doing by mistake is adding recovered cases to the active cases of COVID. So I discovered this, and I saw the charts of multiple countries in South America: Chile, Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, and COVID was going down in most of the countries. COVID is going to go down most except Argentina. So COVID was behaving in a way that was not behaving in the entire continent. So I discovered that, and I can prove that I discovered around here, and I believe the real peak was in May. So I don't know, but all the things got really obvious that something was wrong in May for me, and then we have September 11, and COVID disappeared from Argentina because the government discovered this glitch. Somehow discovered this glitch. So this is real, and what I saw in the in minute charts, with gold minute charts, I saw the same thing that I saw here. I saw a perfect angle, 45, maybe 25 angle going down, like it was made by a machine. See this angle? I saw only this angle in very low liquid sessions, in Asia sessions, in the night, watching the gold charts. So when I saw this pattern, I saw a computer controlling the gold price in the middle of the Asia session where nobody is there. I'm talking about maybe 1 a.m. Argentina. So I saw this was really an EIA, or expert advice. So I'm saying that when you see this perfect angle like here, you know it is controlled by a computer or maybe by someone. It is really fake. So the government clearly was. So I saw this in the gold charts. This is what I saw, and I saw this in the COVID charts, and I warned that this was all fake. So COVID disappeared overnight, and the government came clean, and they admitted, the health ministry accepted the mistake. Greetings, Mike. So I will show you now a new chart, and you will see that it's so fake that is not possible in nature to have this chart, and it is a big country, one of a very big country, and the chart is so fake you will notice that too. So what I'm trying to prove here is that even gold on silver technical analysis can be applied to other stuff. So if you doubt about this, I can prove you privately that I sent some WhatsApp messages and this was fake, and the government almost, look now, September 15, the COVID active cases in Argentina is the same number it was at the beginning of June of last year. So all this curve, and this chart here clearly shows that somehow they were trying to fix the error. And this is the same pattern I saw in the gold night low liquidity sessions in Asia. So this is a very, very perfect angle, and this is made by computer, robot, expert advisors, whatever you try to, algorithmic trading or whatever you want to claim them. So now I'm going to show you a chart that's so fake for me that it should be a scandal. So this is perfect angle here. This is perfect angle. It's almost impossible. And I will now I'm moving to the next candle with very fake chart, and you will see it for me. Now we have some noises in Israel. We will talk about the economy later in the final part, but I want to show you a very fake chart now. You will see it through my eyes. The chart is from Russia. Check what is going on in Russia. So fake that you will see it with me. So you have the same perfect angle here. You see the same perfect angle, and now I will show you the death. The death level is so funny. The death level is a perfect level of 800 Russians dying every day. The same amount of people dying every day for almost 2 months. Every day, the same amount. Please, Vladimir Putin, don't kill me. But this chart is so fake, you should do something about it. So this is the real stuff. And now you have the news from Argentina, the algorithm change that took down, and now you have this fake chart of daily death, 800 Russian guys dying from 2 months like non-stop. The same amount of people, like there is no breakout infection, no nothing. The same guys. It's like a perfect, and it's almost impossible to have a virus so contagious and do it the same thing and the same people dying for 2 straight months every single day. It's not possible. There's not even happening in the currency market. This type of so perfect behavior, not even for a virus. So Russia has the same amount of fake chart for me, and this is something that is not possible. The perfect angle here, and one of the other countries in Europe I'm very suspicious, and will be the final before we go back to market stuff, is France. I detected the same chart, the same. You see this amount of perfect angles. I am highly suspicious that France is also, but the amounts of deaths are much more low. There are some different price actions. I can't confirm that, but I'm high suspicion. You see here, let's see. I have high suspicion that they are creating waves. I have a strong suspicion that they are creating waves in France, fake waves. So, what was the most crazy things in Argentina? Remember the number in Argentina. I will show you something. Argentina population is 40 million people. 40 million people. I go back to here for 40. Remember this. I'm going to talk about the COVID death and the crash. The COVID crash in Argentina of September, where COVID disappeared overnight. Remember the amount of daily deaths between This was the peak, 600, 400, 300, and nobody's dying now. But remember the peak, 600, 40 million people, 40 million people. And now we are going to fly into a country with 32 times its Argentina population. This is India, 1.3 billion people. Check the amount of death. Check the amount of death people here. The same amount of death that Argentina, 600 guys. How is that possible that two different countries, one with 32 times the other country population, have the same amount of daily death, like Russia? Three countries with the same amount of daily death, nothing similar between one of another. So who is lying? Argentina had the glitch, and I warned some people, and I can say, I won't disclose, but I can prove you. So now we have these charts here. Vaccination numbers. I don't know if they are lying with vaccination charts, but what I made a video, if you go to my channel, I am giving continuity because I saw something weird with the charts. So I'm just pointing you that the data was wrong, and I made a video about that. If you some weeks ago, and now we see this video, which is severe algo checks COVID second wave charts. I was highly suspicious. I can prove you that was in April. I was proving you that the charts was something wrong there in April of this year. And if you check that, I made a different video for you, Michael, that's called Gold Algo Trader Checks Vaccination Charts for the first time. So I was smelling a lot of time. And so now all is proven that was all fake. It was all by mistake, and COVID disappeared overnight, 70% in this country. And we had the same amount of deaths that in India and in Russia. And Russia is completely faking with it's amazing. Please, Vladimir, don't get mad with me, but that chart is so fake, and nobody is talking about that. So fake. I don't know how COVID kills the same amount of people every day for 2 straight months. It's impossible. They are not even covering the tracks well. They are not hiding that. So this is not being talked in any country or any mainstream media, but I'm a charts guy, and now it's real and it's proven that charts were wrong, were fake, or whatever you want to call them. So gold was the teacher, because the same angle was being shown to me in the COVID chart. So that's why you have to love technical analysis, because gold now is completely. If you want to know more about gold and silver news, now we have real news that silver went below the 24 level area, and this area is very important because silver gave a signal, maybe it's Evergrande or whatever it is, that it's giving very wrong and confusing the market, because everybody was expecting to play the inflation game. Silver was respecting the 24 level, and bang, it hit that level and went down, and this completely demoralized this precious metal sector. So this is a website I visit a lot for precious metals news, and we have Bitcoin holding right up there in the 47k, very strong there. The market is still giving mixed signal, and the people is getting a bit lost here, a bit lost. So I already mentioned in my previous video that we are heading to Black Swan. I don't know what it is, but Black Swans are coming. I don't know what, because I see very important drivers for massive deflation, and at the same time supply chain management news, maybe some real shortages, maybe some fake shortages, like the electricity in UK exploding, but this is related to something very micro stuff, so this is not systemic. But you have mixed signals, and you have the media threaten you with a market crash, with the Evergrande debt default in China. All they are making this noise that the market is going to crash, and you have all the YouTubers talking about the Michael Burry crash, the Big Short betting against cryptos, against the markets, saying that we are in the mother of all the bubbles. I don't know, but I see that we have different patterns of massive deflation and massive inflation at the same time, and gold and silver is saying I don't care about inflation in the middle. So I suspect we are going to see some B movements in volatility, maybe deflationary stuff first and then reflation, but this is like saying nothing. So the truth is that if you check the news, Bloomberg, if you check the news, you won't see that the market is very worried because the stuff is there. All the market is still in place, and we have stability. It's stable in the market now, but the people gets very anxious if S&P 500 goes down for 5 straight days. It's like they haven't been down. Very snowflake market. They have a quick meltdown if the market goes down for 5 days in 1%. So this is the amount of leverage. The COVID waves are showing that we have, if you check that video, I'm showing the vaccination charts. We have infection levels with most vaccinated nations. So there is no real end for this if you have lots of people being vaccinated, but the infections or breakthrough infections are going up, like Singapore, like Israel, like United States. If you check now the charts, this is very worrying because I don't see an end of this, because we have new waves. Maybe they are fake, I don't know, but it was proven to be wrong. At the least in Argentina, the charts were there. So to check about the food shortages, this is a subject I have been covering in the past. If you check previous videos, you will see that one of the targets I've been exploring is DBA ETF that have multiple tops, and it's behaving very strange because it's not breaking the resistance level. So the time is still not in runaway inflation. It's like being contained by something here that's controlling the commodity sector. So we have a massive recovery, and then everything. This is monthly chart, so we have 4 months of something containing the commodity reflation cycle. Something is containing the reflation cycle. So I believe that we have a massive amount of leverage in the system. Bitcoin is not being allowed to go beyond 50K. So we have the market is contained now. It's very contained. So this is going to blow up from one way or another, and I believe this will be a black swan because we have a massive all the ingredients for explosion in volatility. I don't know what is going to be: war, a new wave, COVID wave, cybersecurity issue, dark winter. Folks, I don't know what it is, but I have 20 years following the charts. I have never seen something like we are seeing now. We saw a massive crash and a recovery in B. We have a massive levels of margin debts in the markets. The Bitcoin is stuck in for 4 months, and precious metals in the middle of the reflation scenario are crossing key levels for the year. So the gold sector and the precious metal sector is completely demoralized, and they are hiding in the Sprott uranium ETF. If you check all their videos, they are hiding in uranium or finding other ways or handling the emotions with Bitcoin, hoping that we save them. So my guess is that this is a moment to be extremely defensive, because nobody has a clue what's going on in the short term. Nobody. And you check all the experts, they talk about inflation. Now they have to deal with the audience, because silver went down, gold went down massively, and where is all the inflation and the risk on game? And we have a very expensive market and very high amount of leverage, and this is it. So thank you, Michael, and my recommendation is stay alert, because maybe you will see fake charts too. Goodbye.